So I love fonts. I am a total font nerd, and part of this goes back to the fact that I went to a communications, graphic design oriented high school where we all learned Photoshop and learned to hate Comic Sans, and people ran for student government with posters that were like this. So I'm a huge font lover, and I've always kind of wanted to make my own font. More specifically, what I would really love to do would be to take my own handwriting and make it into a font. And luckily, we are in the age of the internet where that is very much possible, and honestly not too hard. So here is how I did it. So first of all, I kind of just went on good old Google and searched how to make my handwriting into a font. Which is, you know, that's how I start whenever there's a project I want to do and I'm not sure how to do it or if it's even possible. And I found 2 websites. One of them is called Calligraphr without the E. And that one I think is gonna work a lot better. And then there's another one called Fontstruct, which honestly looks like a bit more of a challenge. And so basically on Calligraphr, the way it works is they have a template that you can print out and just write your letters in and then scan it. You can also do it like I have my drawing tablet. I can also do it on my drawing tablet on the PDF, you know, and do all my letters that way. I think I'll try both. I'm not sure. So that's Calligraphr. And then the other one is called Fontstruct, and it looks like this, and it's a bit more pixely, I guess. It's not really, it doesn't make much sense to me how somebody would make like a really truly handwritten font from this. I am going to try, but I think this is more for like, I don't know, I guess more digital, pixely looking fonts. So I'm gonna try that and see how it goes. And yeah, so I'm gonna go try to make my fonts. I'm gonna go try to make a font, and then I will come back to you with the results of my font making process. Hell yeah. Okay, so I did it. I made my handwriting into a font, and it actually really wasn't that hard. And it's so, oh, I gotta show you. So let's hop on let's make a new Pages document. So I made the fonts, and one of them is named My Handwriting, and the other one is just named Handwriting. And let's start off with, handwriting. This is the one I made on Fontstruct, and this one I actually made first, and I kind of found it a little bit easier making this one. Okay, so now I'm just gonna type a bit. Hello, this is my new font. It looks like my handwriting. Hell yeah. Woo. Woo. What? I'm gonna do a little keyboard smash. It looks weird, keyboard smash and handwriting, but yeah, this looks pretty good. It looks like my handwriting, if anything a bit more Oh, not really more polished, because this is like, you can see it's like definitely pixely. And the bigger I go, the more you can see how pixely it is, because this was the one where it's like you're making it and it's more geometric. So basically, I just wrote my letters and they came out very pixelated, very pixely, because it's made up of these little dots, like pixels. And so, but it doesn't look bad. I think it looks kind of cool. I think it looks like a font you would like see in a video game, you know? And I really like that. I think that's really cool and interesting and exciting. Now, let's move on to the other font, the font I did called My Handwriting. This is the font I made using Calligraphr, and I didn't print out the sheet of paper and write the letters on. I did it on my tablet, and I actually think that was the better way to do it for me. I think if you don't have a tablet, it's totally fine to print it out and write the letters on it, but I think for me it was just easier on the tablet. So, and what I did is I basically put the template into GIMP and I put some little guides on it where the lines were supposed to be, where you're supposed to like fit it in like the baseline and, you know, all that stuff. So that made it pretty easy. The thing is with Calligraphr, once you put the letters in, you can really adjust it. Once you upload it to the website, you can really adjust your letters, make them a little bit bigger, make them move up or down the baseline so it looks more even, like a font. So let's just type some things. Hello. This is my handwriting. Yup. That looks a lot like, that looks almost exactly like my handwriting. A little bit neater. This is definitely like the neatest my handwriting has ever looked. But let's see, what else should I type? I have a blind cat named Wolverine. Wolverine. He is the best cat in existence. Yep, that's a true fact. I wrote it in my handwriting on my computer and it's true. And oh my god, it looks just like I wrote it. It's really cool. This is really cool. What else should I write? This reminds me of that episode of Parks and Rec where Ron's like, I'm just gonna type every word I know. Rectangle. Butthole. I don't know what other words he types. Computer. Maybe hamburger. That sounds like a word he would type. Hamburger. Jesus. Jesus should have a capital J. Don't want to offend Jesus. Sorry, Jesus. Hell yeah. Maybe I shouldn't put the word hell next to Jesus. Hell yeah. This font looks great. No. Hell yeah, this font looks amazing. Let's do that. Hell yeah, this font looks amazing. Yeah, that looks like I just wrote it. What else should a girl type? What else should I type? I'm gonna... Swift's 9th album, Evermore, was surprise released on December 11th, 2020. This album explores in this essay, I will ... Okay, it doesn't do the dot. It makes into a... But you get the gist. Wow, that really does look like I wrote it. That's really cool. That's really weird. Oh my god. But something I will say that like in the other one, like if I go to the other font, it does like... We have an @ symbol, we have a hash, like a pound sign, hashtag, we have a $sign, we have that, we have that, we have that, we have, you know, more we have these symbols actually as part of the font instead of just, you know, like, yeah, my other font. We don't have that as part of the font, but because, yeah, not as much is included in the Calligraphr font, but still, both fonts look really great. I love Animal Crossing. It is my favorite video game. I do not believe that Tom Nook is evil. He wants to help you find success and home. Oh my god, wait. Ownership. ... Yeah, no, we can't do that. I do like this font. The other font looks more like my handwriting, but the Fontstruct font is really cool because it looks like it could be a font in a video game, and I don't know, I really enjoy that. I think that's really cool and interesting. But yeah, no, I think these both came out really good. I wouldn't recommend the Fontstruct for handwriting, but that still looks good. That still looks like my handwriting. And I do think it was a little bit easier to make a Fontstruct font in terms of like figuring out all the spacing and stuff, because you could preview it really easily. But the other one you couldn't preview as easily. It took a little bit of finessing on Calligraphr, but so if you're not doing handwriting and you're doing a more like geometric-ish font, I would recommend Fontstruct. And Fontstruct is 100% free. You can go ahead and make as many fonts as you want on there, completely free, and then other people can download them if you want them to. And yeah, so I'm gonna link both those things in the description, and you should do it. It's really, really fun. And especially if you have good handwriting, you should make your handwriting into a font. But even if you don't have good handwriting, I'm sure you have someone else in your life who does, and just like give them the template, just print it out and be like, hey, can you make your handwriting into a font? Can you write some letters on here? I want to make your handwriting into a font. So like if you have like, I don't know, if you have a spouse or a friend or a parent, and my mom has amazing handwriting, I'm gonna make her handwriting into a font next, because this is fun and easy and it's really cool. And you can make some script into font. You could do, you know, I will say though that Calligraphr does, I think, cost a little bit of money once you want to do a second font. But for the first font, it's completely free. You know, unless you want to delete the first font off of the server and then just do another, then you could keep on making infinite fonts for free. So thank you for watching. I hope you learned how to make a font. Subscribe if you like. This is a bit different from most of my videos. I usually make fun artsy videos or music videos. So the next video I do is probably either gonna be like a paint and chat or like a sketchbook tour or making a new sketchbook or making my room into a music studio. I haven't decided what my next video will be. It will be one of those, probably. If any of those sound interesting, maybe subscribe. Yeah, so thank you. Bye. Woo woo.